Orgasm. To orgasm, come, climax, or reach the big O, whatever word you called it. Let's figure out what the sensations are during orgasm and how to understand that you had one. Do you remember those unpleasantly awkward classes on sexology in school? Of course it is, from awkward tasks of putting condoms on bananas to endless lists of different STDs. But there's one thing we don't seem to learn enough about in sexology classes, and that's the orgasm, especially the female orgasm. So let's find out. Here's everything you need to know. What are the sensations during orgasm? Orgasm in general can be defined as an intense feeling of pleasure that occurs during sexual activity. One orgasm is usually associated with a feeling of release after a buildup of sexual stimulation, a bit like the excitement and anticipation you get when you go up a roller coaster, followed by the rush of adrenaline when you suddenly fall down the rails at orgasm. However, this feeling of release also leads to contractions of the muscles of the penis or vagina as well as the pelvic floor. While it's a well-known fact that orgasms make everyone feel great, given that during orgasms, endorphins are released into your bloodstream, making you feel giddy and happy, everyone will have their own unique physical response to orgasm. For example, along with the feeling of contraction of the muscles of the genitals, it is also normal if you may experience shortness of breath, sudden hot flushes, sweating, a feeling of heat spreading over the genitals, body spasms, the desire to moan or scream, or even all above together. A male orgasm is almost always associated with the ejaculation of a whitish or gray, jelly-like liquid from the tip of the penis. This fluid is called semen, and it contains a mixture of semen and other body fluids. Women can also ejaculate a clear liquid. A female ejaculation is sometimes called squirting during orgasm, but this is less common. Your orgasm may also change from time to time, as some days you may have a stronger orgasm that feels like fireworks going off inside your body that make you want to scream with joy, and other days you may only feel a slight contraction of your vaginal muscles and still feel the same good, but a little different. Regardless of the type of orgasm you have, don't forget to enjoy it. It's a great way to physically and emotionally relieve yourself. How do I reach orgasm? Orgasm, as a rule, appears as a result of a physical reaction to sexual stimulation. But sexual stimulation can happen in different ways, and it happens not only during sex. There are many ways you can stimulate yourself sexually or even non-sexually that will lead you to orgasm. You will probably find that you have preferences when it comes to stimulation, and if you haven't figured out what works for you yet, that's okay too. Give your body time to adjust and try new ways, either on your own or with a partner. External stimulation of the clitoris. The head of your clitoris is located at the very front of the vulva, and most of it is not visible from the outside, as it is largely hidden under a fold of skin called the clitoral hud. Despite its small size, the clitoris has a powerful force. It contains more than 15,000 nerve endings. Thus, we can bet that clitoral stimulation will make you feel sexually aroused and may even lead to orgasm. Because of its shape, the clitoris can be stimulated either directly through touch or by rubbing the general area of the vulva by your partner or through masturbation, and it can also be stimulated from the inside through the vagina during penetration. When you are sexually aroused, the clitoris swells due to increased blood flow and returns to its original size after some time. Intravaginal stimulation. Vaginal stimulation occurs when the vaginal muscles are activated during intercourse with penetration or a penis or whatever you really want to fingers, sex toys. The list goes on. It is also possible to stimulate the clitoris through the vagina. That's why you won't be able to tell the difference between a vaginal and a clitoral orgasm, and you will feel just as good in both cases. Other types of stimulation. Not only the vagina and the clitoris will help you feel arousal. A number of things can make you feel sexually aroused. You can be excited by your partner touching your breasts, anus, feet, ears, tummy. The list is endless. You can also reach orgasm during exercise due to increased blood flow to the muscles of the genitals, in a dream, or even while sitting in a chair, since in certain positions the pelvic muscles are easier to activate without any physical contact at all. It's all about your personal taste. So don't get hung up on what turns other people on. Instead, explore yourself or with a partner to find out what you like or suits your body. What if I can't reach orgasm? Yes, An orgasm is an amazing feeling, but the success of intercourse should not be reduced to whether you had an orgasm or not. After all, it is about the sexual experience as a whole, not just about the final result. You also don't have to reach orgasm just to impress your partner. Only in the movies do both partners miraculously reach climax at the same time during each sexual act. We can tell you that these are very unrealistic expectations. It's also perfectly normal not to have an orgasm on some days, or at certain times of the day, or sometimes you may not be in the mood. It could be that you already feel sexually satisfied for the day, or you just feel tired. On a more serious note, there may be times when you can't orgasm because of past trauma or as a side effect of certain medications. Or remember, it's your body and no one should pressure you or expect your body to will react in a certain way. If you wish, you can always contact a doctor or a sexologist and talk about this topic. It's also good to remember that as you get older, you'll learn more about your body and begin to understand your own sexual preferences. So be patient and give yourself time. In the end, consensual sex with a partner or independent sexual activity should bring joy, be pleasant, and increase your self-esteem. You might not even like reaching orgasm, and that's totally fine too. Besides, you don't necessarily have to have an orgasm to enjoy sex. On the contrary, do not put pressure on yourself. Let your body guide you and enjoy the journey. If you want to talk more about sex, visit our sexual health fact page, where we discuss topics such as I'd like to have sex and how to practice safe sex. Statement on the nature of published medical information. The medical information contained in this article is provided for general information only and may not be used or relied upon for diagnostic or therapeutic purposes. Consult your doctor about a specific disease.